Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on this Friday afternoon. And guys, don't forget, live stream tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. Well, let's just check up around the NFC East. It seems that the Dallas Cowboys have been basically taking care of making sure we keep our own players. You can pretty much feel that Cole Beasley will not be part of the mix, as they're talking about. They did the option for Allen Hurns, who last year was 8.4 yards per target, and they feel that he's going to be able to take care of the slack. He's already working out at the Star, which is a great thing to hear. And he was already part of the equation money-wise, so we won't be looking for another wide receiver. So we can check that box off. And right now, of course, tight end, we can check that box off by getting Jason Witten. We still have holes. We still have to worry about the defensive line, with David Irving basically retiring, smoking some weed, and with Randy Gregory, of course, doing his thing. I touched on my other channel about Earl Thomas. Free agency starts on Monday, and I think what we're going to be looking at is, I think, a realization that safeties aren't worth $15 million. And I think what's going to happen is the Dallas Cowboys are going to start out free agency the way they always do. Quiet at first. They're not going to be making a big move to jump on a guy. I think they're going to let some guys go around and find out what the market will bear. If Earl Thomas really wants to be a Dallas Cowboy player, I'm sure he's going to go around and see the offers, and unless somebody just blows him away, I bet you he comes back to the Dallas Cowboys and say, okay, Cleveland wants to give me $10 million. What do you say? And if all things are equal, maybe you get that guy. But we'll have to wait and see. As we look around the NFC East, we see that the Eagles have quietly been creating cap room. They've traded, or about to trade, Michael Bennett and his two small shoulder pads to New England. An interesting thing with New England is they seem to find guys. He probably won't be a full-time starter, but they seem to find guys to fit a role and a position. And make no mistake, I believe he had 7 sacks last year and a boatload of pressures. So you can see him fitting into New England to play a role. That's something that the New England Patriots do. They let go one great player who wants a whole boatload of money. They bring somebody in for a season or two, and they just keep on rolling. The Giants, I believe that they are looking at rebuilding completely. We know that they didn't didn't tag Landon Collins. He's a free agent. Oliver Vernon, they've traded to the Cleveland Doo-Doo Browns. And there's word that Cleveland is also interested in Odell Beckham, who they tried to trade last year. So they are trying to figure out how to rebuild and fix their team. The Washington Redskins, well, they traded for Case Keenum. They understand that they only have one quarterback on the roster and that they have to do something else. And I don't think that they're done in the quarterback situation here. I think they may even look at either drafting somebody or possibly Josh Rosen from Arizona. And of course, that brings us back to the Giants, who might be looking at a quarterback this year to go with the Pat Mahomes school of thought. Let him sit for a year behind a veteran and then play him. While our Dallas Cowboys, well, we've re-signed Looney Tunes, which I think is actually one of those quiet, good moves to have made. You now have a guy who has a year's worth of experience playing center, which is one of the hardest positions to play on the offensive line, dare I say, on the football field, who will definitely give you some depth if Travis Frederick is not ready to go. And I'm curious to see if he can play guard and be a swing guard center for the team. Because if that's the case, then all of a sudden, you've got a little bit of depth. Now, Connor Williams, of course, hopefully he'll be able to take another step. Hopefully La'el Collins will get down playing tackle a little bit better. I still would like to see him at guard. But we'll talk about all this stuff tonight and see where the Dallas Cowboys are. But look for the Dallas Cowboys to be quiet the first couple of days of free agency. Let the dust clear, and then I think they make their move for Earl Thomas. Mark Holmes. And I will see you guys tonight at 9 o'clock. Hopefully I can finish getting this stuff set up. Or maybe I'll just leave it like it is and we'll work on it on the weekend, because if I try and unplug all this stuff, take this top off, put the new one on, and get it all plugged up, well, we know I'll mess it up. But I'll see you guys tonight.